let's take a look at retrieving metadata from the org. Now that we have successfully been able to deploy our code from VS Code to the Salesforce org, we might not be doing that all the time. Sometimes it might be the scenario that you might be making changes on your org and then coming down to VS Code and fetching those new changes. So now if let's say I make a change, let's say hello from Salesforce org to VS Code. Let's say this is the change I made. So if you see, this is the latest version that I have of my Apex class and this is the older version. Now to fetch my information from Salesforce org to my VS Code, what I can do is I can say right click, and instead of deploy, I can use the retrieve command. What does this do? Retrieve the source from org. Like the name suggests, it will fetch the latest source from the org for this particular file. Another way to go about it is click on the click on the file on the classes section and say retrieve source from org. Now when I do that, it says retrieve, and if you see, the message will change now. Hello for VS Code becomes hello from SF org to VS Code. Now this is my latest file. I have my synced file from the Salesforce org, and now my code matches exactly. So this is the deploy and retrieve game that you can play around, and you have to basically do when you are doing Salesforce development. Any kind of metadata that you change on the org has to be retrieved into VS Code. Any kind of change in the metadata on VS Code has to be deployed to your Salesforce org, right? That's how you'd stay on sync.